Hi guys, welcome back. So today I'm gonna be doing something a little bit more smoky eye. Okay, so this is now my second makeup video. I decided to kind of change where I do this video just because of the lighting. It was a little bit hard last time. So I hope this one you'll be able to see a little bit more of the colors. So I already have my moisturizer, my serum on, my eye cream, my lip balm from Kiehl's Lip Balm number one. Um, and as well with, I just added a little bit of, sometimes, if like I had breakfast before all this, so I added a little bit of that spray, water spray, just to kind of let everything be nice and moisturized. So the more moisturized your face is, the better the makeup is gonna look. Okay. So we're gonna start today then with, I have a look here that a little bit inspired, that I saw in Pinterest. Let me just show you guys. You can see it. So I'm gonna try to do that with, gonna just kind of show you girls, or I don't know, boys wear makeup too, but show you how to do the lips like this. And again, I don't know if I'm gonna make it that smoky, the eyes, but I'm going to make it a little bit more smoky. All right. So what I like to start with, these ones are actually, whenever I'm doing smoky eye, I like to do a base. So I'm going to be using my Makeup Forever. First, grab my little brush here, and I'm going to just do a quick little swipe onto my eyelid. So everything is dry. It's not, doesn't have any eye cream left there. So I'm just going to, and that's, like I said, already have some natural contour on my eyelids, which are a little bit darker. And I didn't get enough sleep. I'm still having those kind of bad neck problems, muscle neck problems, and I think it's just my pillow. So I literally had, like, honestly 4 hours of sleep, and I just woke up and was like, let's call it a night and just start my day right away. So I'm probably going to be passing out early today. Okay, so you already can see a difference there. Okay, so it's just my base. So I'm literally just doing it, wiping, wiping, wiping. Now, another trick for something to, for your eyeshadow to stay on a little bit longer, is just patting it. So I remember learning this in high school, because I was in cosmetology in high school. We had a makeup artist that came in, and he said, you have to think of eyeshadows as little balls, right? Little small molecules. So if we kind of stack them like this, it does make a difference. Okay. So we're just patting, patting. Okay, I'm gonna go to my other one here. So my first video that I did, it was my first one. I didn't know how long it was. It was about an hour long, which is insane. But again, that was just me wanting to take my time. But now I realized that I could go a little bit faster. Um, so that way I don't have to edit it too much, our videos here. Okay. So you're just going to just pat it, pat it, pat it. And like I was saying, right now we are in lockdown, so I really, my eyebrows, they're okay. um, I waxed them myself about oh no, week ago, I think it was. I just found these wax strips at um, Walmart, and they did not hurt. So, okay, so there you go. So I have my base right there, as you can see. Okay, awesome. All right, so now I'm going to use a more pink tone. So basically, you want to just build on it. So I'm going to use a little pink tone. She kind of did it all the way through here, and then leaving the little white there. And then she created this smoky eye in there. Okay, so for my pink tone, so there's also this one from Maybelline called the Blush Nudes. Now, the concentration on this one is okay. It's not the best. Let me just see this one. I might not go with this one here. Yeah, maybe we won't do. We might use, actually, let's see here. Okay, I'm gonna try this one. It doesn't tell me what the color is, but it's this one right here that I'm using. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of put this all over my eyelid. So since this is Maybelline, the concentration isn't as much as something like Too Faced or Anastasia, um, or Huda Beauty's really, really concentrated. That's why it's more on the higher end. It's a little more pricier. You do have to like use a lot more of this. Okay. So I'm kind of just going here and kind of creating that where I want it to go. Now, I always like to add a little bit of a tail at the end here because again, I'm going with trying to make that I like that shape elongating my eye. Um, so I'm just kind of going like this. Okay. So just going little, and just building it. Okay, just trying to be really, really gentle and just patting it, because that's gonna allow your makeup to stay on longer, especially with brands like Maybelline. It's not gonna doesn't always stay as long as you like it to as other higher end brands. So a trick for that is just doing that. So you can see I have a tiny bit of fallout here already. Again, you just want to be, that's why you want to be gentle with how much you put on. Okay, so I'm going to do my other eye as well. Okay, so I just did the other eye. So basically, I just want to show you the technique I'm using here. I'm just going like this and making it a little bit heavier right here. Heavier, I mean a little darker. So I'm going like this, and then just to fall out, going like that. Then I dip it back in and do it again. Just building it, okay? It's already starting to look really, really nice here. Okay, as you can see. Okay, so again, it's very subtle, but at the same time, it still has those kind of more pink tones to it. Okay, awesome. Okay, so she does have a lot of kind of more pinkish in this area. So I'm going to be using the Too Faced Sweet Peach. Again, this is an older palette. This is what I'm working with right now. All right. So the one I'm doing is Summer Yum. Okay. So I'm just going to dip a little bit. So this one is more concentrated, these colors, but you just really want to, um, just a little tiny bit goes a long way. Okay. So I'm just going to work it around here. So I'm looking at my eye shape. You can already see my natural crease comes right here. So I probably want the color to go around this area. Okay. So I'm just going to tilt my head back a little bit and just kind of put it in there. I think you can see. Because we're going to put a darker color on here. So remember that as well. So it's okay to kind of, doesn't have to be perfect, but you don't also want to go overboard this color. So you can see there already the difference. And maybe here a little bit. Okay. So it looks very, very flushed and very, very subtle. Okay. It almost allows, so by me making this a little bit, so it's like light, this color is a little more reddish. And then here you have that second color I put on there. It kind of allows a natural lift of this area. Okay. So I'm going to do the other eye as well. Okay, so I did this eye already too. So if you can see there, it's just a little bit here. So all I did is I just added a little bit of that reddish color, reddish orange, it's called, and just put it in there. Okay, so now I'm going to add my dark in here. So the dark is going to go around here. She had it went out like this, just this, all that. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna be taking again from the Blush Nudes. This is Maybelline, and I'm gonna try this darker color right here. All right. So this one has a little bit of sparkle in it. So it actually is going to be really nice. It's going to create a little bit more dimension on your eye. So I'm going to be a little more generous because this one is a lot darker. Okay. So I'm going to put it, I'm going to start usually with smoky eye. I like to, it depends what kind of smoky eye. This is what more of like an all over smoky eye. So I like to start here in the middle. That way I can kind of blush it out. I know some people like to start more on the edge and then bring it in, but it really depends on what style you're going for. So I'm going to just start it here and then see how the color feels and then blush it out. Okay. So I have my eye here. So I'm going to just dab a little. So see, I'm really, really gentle. You can see how strong it is already. So now I know. So I'm just going to dab it on like that because I do not want my eye to be too dark. Um, I don't like too dark makeup. And I find if I do it too dark, it doesn't look as, my eyes, I don't know. I'm not used to having it so dark. So all right, so see how I'm kind of like working it in the middle now, just like here. So I'm just gonna blush it out. And then, okay, so we can take a little makeup off. It's pretty strong actually, this one. So just like that. Hope you can see that well. And it looks really, really pretty. Okay. Okay, so then, okay, so now we're just gonna start to kind of make it really dark at the ends here. So really press in with your brush and get it close to your eyelashes as well, okay? So this is the little smoky part I was talking about. This is just how I do it. Not everyone does it like this, obviously. But I don't know. I just find I have more control of the color without doing as many mistakes and having to go back and fix it, okay? So I'm just gonna do here. Just kind of really, really dust. Now, the awesome thing about this one, actually, it doesn't have that much fallout, which is amazing because I hate fallout. And then you have to go and get a Kleenex, clean it all out. So, again, if you just use a little bit and build it, I mean, with smoky eye, if you have time, it just works so much better, honestly. Oh, this looks really pretty, you guys. I wish you could see it in real life. I need a new camera so you can really see the colors because it looks really nice. Yeah, that looks really pretty. Okay, so I'm going to, so now I'm going to grab my more fluffy one and I'm going to blend. Well, that's my natural contour. Okay, I thought it was fun. Okay, so I'm going to blend. All right. So when I'm blending, I want to be really gentle because I don't want to mess up what I've created. I'm literally just trying to blend the colors. So I like again to start in the middle, kind of do a little bit of a circular motion just like this. It depends the techniques that you use depends on what look you're going for. Also, you have to think of the colors you're using, because if they're very light colors, you can definitely work a little bit faster. But if they're darker colors like this, you don't want to work too fast. Okay, so then here, these ones, I'm going to blend them a little bit faster, okay, because they're not going to be messed up too much. Okay. So for myself, I always like to go for a look that's dramatic. It can be, but that is also natural. That still doesn't take away completely from your own natural beauty. So that's kind of what we have so far. Okay. So I'm gonna do the other eye. All right, so I've gone and done the other eye as well. Okay, so now you can see they're pretty matching. Um, there, and I had to add a little bit more of that more pinkish brown color here, just because this one was a little bit more pink. So just to get them to match. Okay, I've gone and curled my eyelashes. So now I'm going to use, again, my fancy Last Sensational Maybelline on for mascara. Alrighty. All right, so I've gone on and done my mascara now. So for this one, I did use a little bit. If you saw my last video, I used a pretty light bottom one. So this one I was a little bit more heavier on the bottom lash. And the reason is if you see her picture, that the way she did her makeup, she does put eyeshadow at the bottom. So um, in order for that to work or blend really nicely, you want to make sure that your bottom lash is pretty dark. Okay, for the eyeliner on this one, we're not gonna make it too um, like stand out too much or too thick, just because the eyeshadow is what is the spotlight for this look. Okay, so for this one, again, I'm going to kind of line it more along my eye. Okay, so starting, I always start here in the middle, as you can see, or at the end, sorry. And I just kind of go, move my way slowly. Okay, and I just do a quick glide, kind of moving it along the way. Okay, so it's just like really, really tiny little wing, but not that much, because if I make it too much, it's going to take away from the other colors. Okay, so I'm going to do my other eye as well. Oh, I keep getting mascara on my eyelid. It's so sad. Here. Honestly, I don't even feel like I'm wearing makeup, which is nice. I don't feel like I'm wearing makeup until I put my liquid liner on. Okay, so there you go. As you can see, pretty simple. Now you can either stop here with your eyes, or we can keep going kind of in the picture. What she does have is she has shadow here. So the shadow, when I do this, I usually put it last. I put my, now some people might hate me, but I put my concealer first, then I put my, like, the little color, but you have to be really, really careful because of the fallout, right? I think usually if you're using darker colors, then I would probably put the color first and then the concealer, because that way you can wipe the color. But if you have concealer and then the color falls and you wipe it, it might smear all over your face. So since I have already experienced a lot with my eyes and everything, I'm just going to go ahead and just do um, my concealer first. Okay, so again, just dab a little bit here. And with this look, yeah, I'm putting a little bit more just because I'm going to be using a more fuller foundation for this one. So I want the conceal to be really thick. Okay, so we just go like this. And then I got, okay, you can see there. Now be really careful not to get it too much here, but you can go a little bit, just that actually also gives you a little bit of edge. But I wouldn't suggest it if you're a first time makeup, if you try and do this look for the first time and you're not really used to doing shadows, darker shadows. Okay, and then I'm gonna put a little bit more here. So I get carried away. All right, so there. Okay, you can already see kind of like where my contour is gonna go. Okay. All right, cool. So now let's do that eyeshadow. So I'm gonna grab um a little bit of, it's called Candied Peach. So it's actually this color. You can see I've used that one a lot just to give it a little bit of a pop. And then I'm gonna go over the darker one. I'm gonna see how that works. Okay. I'm gonna put it starting here at the bottom, very, very light. Okay. Okay, so see that? Okay, so now since this one had a little bit of the dark in there, it actually blended really nicely. Okay, but if you have more than one, more brushes, I just have this one with me right now, you would probably just need to put the color first. So just like I'm doing here, all the way around. And you want to be really, really careful. Get it really close to your eyelashes. And you might even have to go over again with your mascara. Okay, so I hope you can see that. Okay, then I'm going to grab a little bit of the one that I use here, like the little darker one. Okay. So this is the one from here, from the Maybelline. And I'm just going to smut, like literally has to be really, really soft, because otherwise you're going to create a different type of smoky eye that is way, way too strong, and the bottom's gonna overpower your top, which is not what you want to do. You want the bottom to complement the top for this look, at least. So you can see. Okay, so now you can already see it's starting to shape. I'm gonna grab this one, my little bluffer, just bluff it a little bit, okay? Just a tiny, tiny bit here. Okay, that is it for the eyes. Okay, so now we still have the eyebrows left and the foundation and everything else. But here, the main thing is definitely the eyes, as you can see. Okay, so, alrighty. Now I have to remember this, her lighting, it's a little bit better. You can see the colors and the shading there. Okay, so now let's start with our foundation. Okay, so I'm gonna be using the Estee Lauder, oh my god, I can talk, double wear. So I use this one for my wedding day, actually. And it works really, really well. It's really thick, I have to admit, so I wouldn't use it every single day. I personally don't like using foundation all the time. I mean, it looks really, really beautiful. But I just like to let my skin breathe. And if I have to go somewhere, to be honest, if I can get away without using foundation, I will do it. But if I want to use foundation, I try to use something that's not so much. But this one, since it is a more of a thicker look, more glammy look, street glam look, we are going to use this one. So a little bit goes a long way. I think I've just put way too much. So again, I like to just do this. I know some people like to use their blender, their little sponge, and do it with that. But I feel like sometimes I have such a little control. So I'm just going to do this here. And it's okay if I get some on my concealer, because I'm probably gonna put a little bit more again anyways, because yeah, see my rest days here. Oh my god, this is so not super technical, but you know what? We're putting foundation on, so. Okay, then I'm gonna use this. All right, just go, 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 go. Before. Now this one, the texture of it, like I said, it is a little bit more thicker than the one I used in my last video, which was Burt's Bee. But the coverage is like phenomenal. It's so, so good. I definitely recommend it if you're going out for a night out. Well, now we can't really because of COVID, but in the future, hopefully the near future. This one too, I find that it's pretty shiny as well. It doesn't have like a nice kind of matte. It's very shiny. So it's a little more oilier. Using water on your sponge really depends. I feel like not all foundations are really great with that, but it might help. So my sponge is a little bit moist, but it's not like drenching wet. Okay, so you really press, like I really want to press down. I feel like if you want your makeup to look very natural and not for people not to see that you're wearing foundation, you gotta press in, like really, really press in. Okay. So you can see there. So yeah, so my skin looks pretty flawless. Flawless. Okay, so putting it here and just be really careful not to get anything on your eye. Okay. Yeah, I really like how that looks. So for this look too, she doesn't use that much bronzer and stuff in there, so that's gonna be a lot easier for us. Okay. All right. So now let's move on to our next step, which will be our eyebrows. So I'm gonna be using my e.l.f. Cosmetics here. One more time, the Instant Brow Pencil. Alrighty. And the color that I have is 21721. I don't know if you can see it. Probably not. Okay. So it's kind of more like a brown color, the one that I'm using here. Now, I prefer eyeliners or even lip liners that have these little spinnies instead of you having to sharpen them. I just prefer it. The good thing about having to sharpen, being able to sharpen them is you can get more of a pointier end, which does help a lot. But I just honestly, I don't know, I just prefer just being able to do this. It saves me so much more time, especially if I'm in a hurry. Okay, so I'm gonna comb my eyebrows here quickly, just like this. I'm trying to make my video a little bit faster, but it's kind of hard because I'm trying to explain every single step and at the same time be able to show you what I'm doing. Okay, so again, like I said, I'm gonna start here. So her eyebrows are pretty thick. Um, so I always like to start at the bottom and kind of just frame it. So for this one, I'm probably going to use a little bit more around, go around here. So I use my nose to guide that. And then I just kind of work in an upward motion towards this end, okay? And then I'm going to end it. So remember we use this to end it. Oh, that's kind of far. I'm going to use this one here to end it right there. Okay, so we're going to kind of shape our eyebrow. Now you don't want to press too hard because I mean, it's not gonna, you want it to make it look as natural as possible. Okay, so I'm just doing this. And it's not as pointy at the end there. And then I'm slowly kind of building it from here because that's some shape, okay? Now, again, my eyebrows haven't been properly waxed for about a month. So I apologize. Like, I mean, it's not going to look as great as if they were like beautifully done by a professional. Okay. Now, I always like to comb it a little bit more just because that kind of makes it look a little natural. So here I can see it's a little more because she does have very thick eyebrows in the picture. Something like that. Okay. When I look at that, I'm always like, I don't know why. I just feel like, oh my God, that's a big eyebrow. But we're going to work with it. Again, you can always like take some makeup off. Okay. So let me just do my other eyebrow. All right. And I'll get back. All right. So, okay. My two eyebrows are done. I'm not liking my eyebrows. I need to get them like professionally done. I feel like I'm trying to work with them as much as I can. But I just created like a little shape here and just blended it out. Okay. Um, so again, if you look at hers too, she has like pretty thick eyebrows as well. Okay. All right. So let's keep moving on. So we can add a little bit more concealer just to create that. So I'm just going to add a tiny bit just because my foundation was on top. It went on top of my concealer. So I'm just going to dab a little bit more here. Okay, and then on my nose. Okay, so now for her, she has a lot of contour in her nose. Okay, so I'm going to just kind of do a little dab here in the middle. Now I like to do little dots because this is a fatter brush. So I don't want to do a big, 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 big one. So I'm going to kind of really elongate my nose for this look. I'm going to try something here. Make it just like really, really thin. Okay, so that allows my face to look longer. So the tension is on this. Okay, and it also adds a little more symmetry. Okay, so just use a pointy. So for this one, I usually just do this and use the really, really pointy end like that. Okay, so that's it, okay? All right, so now let's contour here. So I'm gonna use my e.l.f. Bronzer. Again, this one is perpetually tan. I can never say it the first time. Okay, so I'm gonna get my little brush and start my contouring. So again, I like to start in here and then go out. So I'm gonna go in this way. Okay, so I'm gonna look at the camera like this, up, so I can really look where the light hits it. Okay, so we all have natural contour. It's just a matter of working with it. And then I'm gonna add my little thing at the end. So for this look, since I want my nose to look extra long, I usually add it at the bottom. See how it kind of looks like I have a little point? Um, I don't have that pointy of a nose, but it's the contour. So I can do another video too and just how to contour your nose. But yeah, so just add it like this. So you want to get as much off your brush so you have a nice clean brush. Sorry, I don't have a clean brush, so I have to use this one. And I'm just gonna bluff, 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 bluff. Guys, it looks really, really pretty. It looks really good. Okay. All right. See how my nose looks like tiny, and I don't have a tiny nose. It's literally all just tricks of makeup. Okay, so before we start doing all the other stuff, I'm going to the way she did is she just contoured her face. So oops, putting it on there. So I'm just going to put a little bit here. I'd like to kind of like do this. Like fluff, 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 fluff. Today's supposed to be my lazy Sunday, but I don't know, it's hard for me to have a lazy day. Guys, do you ever feel that way? Only when my husband is home. Um I have lazy days. He's all about watching movies. Okay. So now we're going to contour here. See what I mean with the Estee Lauder? It is higher end and it's so much easier to work with, and it's like everything just stays on so beautifully. Okay, so I'm gonna contour my face. I'll be back. All right, so I'm back. So again, the focus of this look is the eyes and the lips. Okay, so if you look at her picture, I'll just show it to you. Okay, so the focus is the eyes and also the lips. Okay, so to get that eye, I always leave that at the end. Okay, also you can use fake lashes for this one. I have these lily lashes, which are my favorite. I use these for my wedding as well, so you can definitely pop some in. Yeah, maybe I'll do that, but usually if you want to do that, you want to do it maybe before you put your eyeliner on. I'll just quickly show you, maybe let's see if this works. I don't know if you can kind of have an idea without me having to actually put it on. um but it does give you like a different look. So see, it makes your eyes just completely pop. Now the only thing is with my eyes, um I just feel like I have already very heavy set eyelids. So by popping these in, it does lift it more, but I also feel like it makes my eyes look smaller. So I would probably maybe use a different eyelash. Like this one is already pretty dramatic, but maybe just something like at the ends that makes it just kind of pop out a little bit. But again, I'm doing a natural. I'm not really going anywhere, so I'm not going to wear fake lashes. But obviously, if you want to, you definitely can. So now I'm going to take Makeup Forever. Um, this is one of their palettes. So this is actually, you can make your own palette. So I'm using this one here. Okay, it's like the shinier one. Sorry guys, I don't know what it's called. I probably have to take it out, but if I find out, I will put it in the description. Okay, now for this part here, you want to be really careful. Okay, this is very concentrated because you want to be really careful because you don't want to mess it up. So I'm going to kind of visualize. So see where the light is already hitting it. So I'm probably going to put it around here. Okay, so now you want to dab, dab, dab because you want as little fallout as possible. And if you want to put a little bit into in the eye area here, that's okay. Just remember it does kind of give you a different look. Okay, do you see that there? Okay, so now you can see the difference between this one and this one. Okay, so all we're doing is just that little pop that she did right there. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the next eye. So I'm just gonna do it here. So you wanna be really, really gentle. Guys, I wish I could wear my makeup like this every single day. It just literally takes so much time. And also like, we're just usually staying at home. I can't wait till all of this is kind of, it's over, honestly. I miss people. Okay, so there you can see. Now, because the light is hitting me this way, this one's a little more brighter. So I'm just going to maybe just show you here, put a little bit more in there. Okay, now if you want to be really, really fancy, you can get those little diamonds and put one here, or you can put one maybe there, right? Like, I don't know, that's kind of how I am. Wear like a little diamond or put like a little diamond here would look really pretty. Okay, so now I'm going to grab my highlighter. Let me see. I don't know if she used highlighter. Yeah, she used a tiny bit here. Now I'm not going to use so much because I really like how my nose is looking. So I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Amsory. Just put a little bit, like really, really tiny. Okay, guys, it has to be super, super tiny, like there. Okay, that's all you really need. And then I'm going to put a little bit here just to like make it cute. Okay. Now the great thing is if you use like really good foundation, highlighters and all of that looks so much better. All right. Okay, so let's get to the lips, all right? All right, so for my lips, I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put a little bit because it's pretty pink, and I don't think I have that color, so I'm just gonna show you girls how to work with it, or show all of you how to work with it. I want to be as inclusive because I know men and women wear makeup, so if anybody, I'm just showing you. Okay, all right, so my lips are already naturally I'm pretty blessed. I'm born with a really natural kind of pretty lip. This is my natural lip tone. Um, so I'm gonna kind of white it out a little. Okay, just being very gentle. Okay, then I'm going to dab dab. Kind of like you put in lip balm. Okay. Okay, just like that. And then I'm going to grab my lip liner. So this one's a little bit darker. Sorry, don't know what the shade is. I think it's also Rimmel, but something like this. Okay, I think this might work. Let's try. And I'm going to outline my lip here. I'm going to overdraw my lip, okay? And if you want a video on just how to do lips, let me know. Okay, so then I do always this. I don't know why. I always do this. I go here and I don't I don't know if it really does anything, but for me it does. Okay, so I've drawn my lip there. So now I'm going to use my Sephora. So these ones are actually matte lipstick. Here, let me just find it first and show you. Okay, so these are liquid, but they dry matte. So this color here, okay. Oh, this is horrible. It's kind of like a reddish. I just don't have. This is how long I've had this one for. I just love it so much. But it's like not reddish. It's more like a brown with a little bit of pink tone. So I'm gonna put it here. Okay, and then here. So you really want to get it all in there, okay? And I'm gonna tap. There. Check teeth, 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 teeth. Do your teeth test. Okay. All right. So there, we already kind of have that going on. Now, I don't know if this girl has fillers or not. Like you guys have to kind of, some girls have the fillers, right? So no matter how much we want, we won't get that like pout because I mean, if they have fillers and we don't, then you know, what are we going to do about it? So I'm going to outline it a little more here, get bigger. Okay. And then that way you can build it. Okay, see how it's a little bigger now? Okay. And a tiny lift. And then here a little more. Now, I always said don't overdraw your bottom lip because honestly, it's going to look really weird if you do that. Okay, so hopefully you can see that. So my lip ends right here and I've overdrawn that much. Okay, but if you know how to do it and if you have the right colors, then you can do it. So now this is a trick I learned when I was in high school, and it keeps the lips matte and it also allows you to play a little bit with color. Okay, so I'm gonna grab actually a little eyeshadow, but you can use any kind of lighter one. So I'm gonna use the one I used here for my eye, and I'm going to for my eyes, and I'm going to just put a little bit around. So remember how I drew that line down the middle? So I'm gonna put a little bit here and here, and just work with it, and it's gonna slowly make my lips a little bit lighter. Okay. Also makes them matte. The only thing to remember with this, everyone, is that if you're doing this, it's gonna suck the moisture away. Okay, so long wear, I don't know. Like, I mean, for taking a picture, it looks really, really nice, but for long wear, it's okay. So I'm gonna just dab a little bit of eyeshadow. You can use any kind of, if you have your baking stuff, I think that might work too, unless it's translucent. Okay, so I'm kind of just doing it here and over here. So, okay. Another thing you can also do if you're doing this, you can even add a little bit here just to make it look, see how it looks plumpier, the edges. Okay. Here, maybe not so much because you want that to pop. Okay, so again, it's like you have to work with it a little. So I think I put a little too much. So just gonna very gently. Like that. Okay, everyone. So I think that does it for now. So I'm going to take I was trying this new kind of little hair look here. Don't know if you like it. Okay, so I hope you like this look. I'm kind of liking it actually. This might become a new one I like. So again, I hope you can see this looks really, really pretty. Okay, I'm gonna post some pictures and then you can see. So again, apologies on my camera. It's not the best one for lighting, but I was going for this look. I don't have her big big lips like that, but the color is there. And then I tried to show you girls how to do or boys how to do um the eyeshadow part. Okay, so I hope you like it. Give me a like or subscribe. Let me know if there's anything that you would like for me to teach you. All right, so I'm just showing you tricks that I've learned from doing makeup. All right, bye.